Oh,
All right,
everybody.
Jason Sloan here with Total Law Solutions, and we have Brad Akers with Elevated Solutions as our guest today.
How y'all doing
today, Brad? Oh, man. We're starting this off great.
Yeah, smooth. Everything's good. It's a rainy day here in Houston, so just kind of the norm here.
Well, that's good. It's hot as sin out here in Guadalajara. We had rain last night, but I guess we're getting into the raining season. It's weird because May is the hottest month of the year down here. So, well, give us your story and then tell us how you got involved in doing what you do in the roofing industry.
Sure, yeah. So, born and raised in Houston, got in the roofing industry. Got in the construction industry originally because I interned for a custom home builder, really liked it. But then I found out how much superintendents made out the gate, and I wanted to see if I could find a little bit more money off the bat. So I found roofing distribution through my family friend who's a distribution rep. He or a manufacturer rep for Certainty, just told me to check it out. So I worked for SRS as a sales rep.
Okay.
And then that's kind of how I got involved originally in the roofing world. That's where I started dealing with roofing contractors and just getting exposed to the industry.
All right. And how did it get to where you are now?
Yeah. So I did well selling the roofing material, and I enjoyed it a lot. What I found though is some of my clients, one of their biggest issues was getting more leads, getting more jobs and all that, which admittedly we're only kind of exposed to on the distribution side of things. But I, being the savvy guy that I am, just kind of into pretty good on the computer and all that, and just always have ideas floating in my head. Helped a few of my clients and worked with them on getting more leads and jobs for themselves, honestly, just so I could sell them more. As I was doing that, though, I started realizing that I was kind of onto something and started seeing that it was a big problem for most roofing contractors, is having a steady flow of people calling in and having enough roofs to bid. So here I am.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your business model and what all you guys do.
Sure. So we do a variety of things, websites, design, SEO, paid ads, all that. Our real bread and butter, what we focus on is high-end website, make sure it converts well, represents you, and then search engine optimization. So where are people looking for roofing contractors? The majority of people are looking on Google. So once we have that in place, that's a long-term strategy. At that point is usually when we work with them, whether doing it for them or helping them do it themselves, get set up on some Facebook stuff, just some simple things. And then we also introduce them to some of our partners, like Dope Marketing, for some postcard campaigns and different things like that, and kind of consult them through the process of getting some of the leads coming in on their own, with the goal of it all going back to the website to help the SEO.
Yep. So a lot of branding, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it's about. We actually have a Facebook group called Roofing Brand Builders. So that's the name of the game. And you need to be where people are looking, but you also need to make sure that you're recognized and portrayed as a professional company, because it's a lot of trust that it takes to give someone that kind of check and then also have them rip off your roof and then put a new one on. It's kind of a scary process.
Yeah, definitely. So who were your friends that were at the booth with you?
Chandler and Tara?
Yeah.
So Tara is one of our salespeople. She's like our marketing advisor. She handles a lot of the calls and just makes sure that people understand what we do, but also helps them understand what they might need to do. I mean, our calls are not hard sells or anything like that. Our goal is to provide value and direction. And if we're part of that direction, then that's great. If it's something they can do on their own, we're happy with that too. So Tara handles a lot of that. And then Chandler does most of the project management and account management. She's kind of make sure that all the projects are on time, make sure she's the one that the clients talk with the most. Without her, it'd be real hard to get things done. She's on vacation next week. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, that always puts me on nervous because I'm like, I work on vacation. I closed 3 deals in December in Puerto Vallarta, and they were on doing Zooms, and they're like, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "I'm at the beach." They're like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, I make sure they have good internet wherever I'm going, and then I can work anywhere with Zoom. So, so who's your ideal client?
So it really varies. I used to try to break it down by revenue and different things like that, and that's relevant in regards to just what they can afford. But at the end of the day, our ideal client is somebody that understands and believes in processes within just building the company and is willing to collaborate and really work with us to accomplish a common goal. And that can be someone who's just starting out or someone that's been doing it for a while. Admittedly, it's typically people who have been business owners for a decent amount of time that end up being the clients that we're able to showcase and all of that, because they're ones that really understand how to build partnerships and relationships within the industry, and they trust when we have different directions, things that we suggest doing, they go and do it, and once that happens, things really work well. So the executors, I guess.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does. Any other information you want to give us?
Yeah. So the big thing that I just want to make sure anyone the thing that I stay on repeat as I'm talking is people focus a lot on systems within their production, systems within their CRM and all that, which is absolutely important. SOPs has kind of become a buzzword. Systems within your marketing are just as important, and that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go hire someone like me. Really what it is just being consistent and making sure that you're doing the same things over and over again and working to be in front of as many people as you can. It's something that a lot of the time people just try to outsource the push-ups to a marketing company, when in reality the best results are going to come when you do a lot of stuff yourself, and then we come in and do some of the more technical stuff that you don't know how to do, or that you'd have to take a lot of time to learn how to do. And that's kind of where we see the most success, is when people are really putting in their work on the ground. So we're able to double down on that in the digital side of things. I actually have a little guide that goes over exactly what I would do if I were a roofing.
I got it on the bottom. We also have it in the description, and where we send it out, we'll have that in the description as well for everybody.
Nice.
I was just gonna say, like, for my own company, my roofing company, that we do a handful still, but I had to go get pictures of our jobs. Like, I had some, but it was like for insurance. It wasn't for the pretty stuff. It was for the insurance. And so I'm like, and I even paid a guy through the guy designing the website, and it was garbage. And I was like, dude, you said you're a photographer. Like, what kind of crap is this? Like, I took a better one with my Google Pixel XL2 than your fancy camera. I'm like, you need to just stick with taking pictures of kids, dogs, and weddings, evidently. So I call it how I see it.
There we go. That's good. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that it's just a matter of getting out there and doing it. Taking the pictures, posting the pictures, being active on social media, on your Google page, and all that. At the end of the day, the more eyes that you can get on your brand on a daily basis, the better. And if you can be your authentic you can be yourself, you want people to be attracted to that. So as that happens, as you build up that brand, your pipeline is going to grow at the same time. And the best part is your pipeline is going to grow with more people that really understand who you are, what you're about, and are coming to you for those reasons rather than just, oh, I just looking for a roofing contractor. I want the cheapest thing, or I want this. They understand who you are and what you offer. So it ends up being good all around, but it does take time. So something that you have to be consistent and patient across the board for things to work, and educate yourself. Make sure you can check in on what your marketing company is doing. Make sure you can check them. And that's important. I encourage my clients to do the same.
Well, and that's why, a good marketing company is going to let you know, hey, we'll do all this SEO, but if you want leads right away, we need to get the website up and do some pay-per-clicks and stuff. Like, that's just the reality. If you're in a big market, Denver, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, those places that have a billion roofers, obviously not that many, but have a lot. Denver, I think it's on when there's a good storm, there's over 4,000 roofing contractors, and each one of those has anywhere from 1 to 100 salespeople or more. So it takes money, unfortunately. But like dope marketing, sometimes it's both things: door knocking, setting signs, hey, and then being able to do, with you guys, do some geo-targeting advertising. Hey, these are huge houses, and I just got one. It's a $70,000 job. I want more of those.
Yeah. And that's kind of the goal here for us, is like, pay-per-click is great. Pay-per-click and SEO, I would say, as far as ways to get traffic, some of the most effective. But what people forget when they're talking about pay-per-click is there's people who they want to use pay-per-click so they can get in a neighborhood. They're not looking for the direct ROI per conversion on pay-per-click. They're willing to spend $1,000 to get a job, or $1,500 to get a job, because they know that that's going to give them their flag in the ground in the neighborhood, and they can expand and conquer from there. So it's an auction and it's a competition. Pay-per-click can be so expensive if done improperly. And even when done properly, it's not the cheapest source of getting leads. It's something that we like to do, and we encourage our clients to do it, but we also want to make sure that they're doing other things in addition to that to supplement it. We want to make sure that they're really viewing it as, okay, we're in our area, now we're going to expand. Now we're going to try to take this area over. And that's the majority of what's covered on this marketing guide has to do with advertising right around where you're already doing work. So turning one job into 2 or 3. In fact, I was just on a call today, and we have somebody that's, on average, every job that they do, they're getting 2 or 3 jobs directly from that by sending out some postcards and doing some door hangers. So they're turning one job into 2 or 3 every time. So you can imagine how quickly that can scale up, and how quickly that turnover is too, because these are people that are ready to make a decision pretty quick because they see their neighbor right next door already getting their roof replaced.
Yeah, and if you're getting each one, you're getting an extra 2 to 3, you're taking over a neighborhood pretty quick.
Yeah, exactly. So you just plant your flag, expand, just do the same thing, street by street, zip code by zip code.
All right, cool. Any closing statements, sir?
I don't know if I got anything. Check the PDF out. Go ahead and hit Jason up if you don't work with him. He's a good guy and definitely can help you out. And if you have any questions, just hit us up on our Facebook page. You can also friend me personally, Bradley Akers, and we'll get questions answered. We'll make sure that we're able to point you in the right direction. And also on this PDF, once you fill it out, you'll be taken to an opportunity to schedule an implementation call. So not going to be a sale, not going to be a pitch, just going to go through with you how you could potentially put what you learned in the PDF in place, because it's only so good if you just read it.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. And like Brad said, if you need any help with your estimates or supplements, give me a call and we can go over where your needs are. Most of the time, it's first of all, you guys aren't priced correctly, and secondly, missing items. So we'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Thanks, y'all.